Because the front plank is one of the most beneficial exercises around, I want to show you a couple basic tips to help improve performance in that movement, or lack of movement, I guess is a better way to explain it. Because a lot of people are not thinking of it as a full body movement that it is. We're thinking of it almost as just specifically a core exercise, and not realizing we have to create tension through the shoulders, through the thoracic spine, through the knees, through the ankles, through the toes to keep us in that neutral alignment. It's not just right here, okay? So if we're laying in this position, one of the biggest problems I am seeing, the knees are actually starting to bend. A lot of people are getting into this position when they're bending the knees. Typically, as we get into a position where the knees are dropping, the hips will flex. We're getting more recruitment from the hip flexors to hold us in that position. So we need to think of locking the legs out with the quads. If we lock those knees out, we drive the hips back up, you'll feel a lot more tension through the abdominals there and not specifically in the hip flexors. So make sure knees are completely straight at all time. Lock out the quads, really straighten out those knees really strong and hold that position. From there, what we want to do is squeeze the glutes. So knees locked out, almost immediately I can feel my glutes engage if those legs are straight. So if they're not, again, squeeze the butt, hold that position. Abs are engaged, again, we all know that cue there. Also with the shoulders, we're not slouching down here. We're almost trying to push our body away from the floor. You might get a slight rounding in the thoracic spine. That's okay if you get that. We don't want the shoulder blades to be squeezing back there. We actually want to push away, engaging some of these muscles through the shoulder to stay stable there and activated for the scapula. So from here, what it's going to look like is pushing away, locking out the knees, squeezing the quads, squeezing the glutes, abs engaged. And I'm just gonna sit there and hold that position right there. So as you go through the front plank, think about maintaining tension throughout the entire kinetic chain. It's not just abdominals and core. So again, incorporate all those other areas. I think you'll see better results from that, because that movement carries on to a lot of other movements throughout life or your lifting program.